Hello, hi everyone, this is Shrija. Welcome to Skin or Real, where I talk all things skincare. So if you like skincare related content, then make sure that you subscribe. Likewise, you can also follow me on Instagram, where I post more regularly. So today's video is about oily dehydrated skin. So I thought like maybe I should do an entire video where I can share few tips and tricks for oily dehydrated skin along with product recommendations. Now starting with what exactly is an oily dehydrated skin. So oiliness is a skin type. It is where your skin has excess oil. It basically produces excess sebum, and your skin sort of appears to be shiny all the time, and you feel that towards the end of the day your skin is producing excess oil production. That is oily skin type. Now dehydration is a skin condition wherein your skin lacks water. Please don't confuse these terms together. Because dehydration is not lack of oil, it is lack of water. So when you have dehydrated skin, you will feel that your skin doesn't feel very comfortable after washing. It appears to be especially tight and dry, not dry exactly, tight and uncomfortable around mouth area. And this usually happens once you wash your face. So if for instance you wash your face and you feel that okay, on the surface layer your skin appears very plasticky or very oily, but from inside you feel that there's a level of discomfort and no amount of moisturizer is helping you. Whatever you are doing, that uncomfortable feeling is just not going away, then you have dehydrated skin. So when you put these two together, you have oily dehydrated skin, and it is really tricky to deal with oily dehydrated skin because moisturizers made for oily skin is usually not enough, and moisturizers made for dry skin is going to clog your pores. So my number one tip would be to strike a balance. If you have oily dehydrated skin, pure gel based moisturizers are not going to be enough. Like things like Ceramide gel, just pure aloe gels, they're just not going to make you feel comfortable. So I refrain that you would need something that is slightly more thicker. Now when I say thicker, I don't mean those thick occlusive heavy balms and oils. I mean like something in between, something that is gel-like consistency but it also has cream. I personally love Lotus moisturizer. It is amazing if you have oily dehydrated skin. It is really lightweight, it absorbs into the skin immediately. It's one of my favorite moisturizers. The second one is by Formula X, the barrier relief moisturizer. This is actually a new addition to my skincare routine because you guys wanted me to try it, so I have been trying it. Full review will be coming out soon, but yes, so far I really like it, and I think it is definitely a great moisturizer for oily dehydrated skin. And the third recommendation would be COSRX Ceramide based cream. The texture is creamy, but when you sort of blend it in, it immediately sinks into the skin. And if you don't have any issues with ceramides, I think it's a great moisturizer. It also helps repair your skin barrier. So yes, when it comes to moisturizer, you need to strike a balance, and these are my top 3 recommendations. Now moving on to my second tip for oily dehydrated skin, and that is use a toner when required. Now I always say that toners and essences, they are not an essential in your skincare routine, but using a toner or essence at night has really helped me with dehydration. So I always sort of before I start with my treatment, I do like to use a toner or essence in my nighttime skincare routine, especially during winters. So of course COSRX Snail Mucin is my personal favorite. I love it. I'm also trying the advanced version now. It's called Advanced Radiance Snail Mucin Essence. That is also amazing. Then Isn't Green Tea Toner is really good, and COSRX Hydrating Toner, it's called Hydrium Toner, or Claire's Unscented Supple Toner are all some great options. Please don't ask me for toner options in Indian skincare brands, because I think when it comes to toners, K-Beauty nails it, and I like sticking to K-Beauty for my toners and essences. Do keep in mind that if you have extremely oily skin, essence might be too much for you because they have a thicker consistency. So stick to like very light watery toners. Even Keep Cool Bamboo Toner is like a no fuzz toner. It's easily available everywhere, and it is good for dehydrated skin, and especially for oily skin it would work really well. Now the third tip is actually one of the most important advices that was actually given by my dermat, and that is to refrain from you washing your face multiple times, because that is actually going to create a cycle of dehydration. When you wash your face even with water, it sort of strips the natural oils of your skin, and in retaliation your brain produces even more oil, because to compensate for that dehydration, because it can't produce water. So you are going to create this cycle of oiliness for yourself. So refrain from washing your face multiple times. You stick to washing your face twice a day, maximum thrice. I personally like to only use cleanser once, and I just double cleanse at night. I don't use a cleanser in the morning. However, the situation might be different for you depending upon your skin type and if you're going out for a workout and things like that. But even if you're using a cleanser in the morning, use a mild cleanser. When I used to use a cleanser in the morning, I prefer something very gentle like Neutrogena extra gentle skin cleanser, simple refreshing face wash. And there is another cleanser by True Frog that I have tried and it's really nice. It's called True Frog cleansing gel. That is actually enough for even removing the makeup, because it sort of melts into your skin and it's really nice. This can also be used as the only cleanser at night if you like. And yeah, even COSRX low pH cleanser is a great option if you're not allergic to essential oils. Now moving on to my fourth point, and that would be about sun protection. When you have oily dehydrated skin, I find that only using physical sunscreen can dry out your skin. I have personally tried so many physical sunscreens and only pure. I'm not talking about the hybrid sunscreens. Hybrid sunscreens are fine. The pure physical ones with zinc and titanium dioxide can be drying for your skin, because this zinc is also like sort of absorbed like sebum. So that's why. So I prefer like a hybrid sunscreen, and there are a lot of options available in the Indian market. I also have like separate sunscreen videos. FCL Requil Ultra Matte Dry Touch Sunscreen is one of the really good options. Then there is one by FCL SPF 80 lotion that is also nice, but I think it builds on reapplication, so that's why it's not like my first choice. Then there is L'Oreal UV Essence, Face Shop No Sebum Sunscreen, that is also a good option. However, with the Face Shop sunscreen, you might want to skip the moisturizers because it is actually hydrating as well. But yeah, of course, so my point is that if you are suffering from dehydration, using only pure physical sunscreen can be a little drying for you. So stick to the hybrid sunscreens or pure chemical sunscreens, which also have sort of like a hydrating ingredients. So just to, you know, everything is balanced out. Okay, the fifth point that I would like to talk about is that when you have oily dehydrated skin, I do recommend staying away from powder masks, like those powder face masks, you know, with multani mitti, clay and things like that, because that can again end up drying out your skin more. Honestly, you can just do away with mask altogether, but if you know you're someone you enjoy using a mask, then I recommend using hydrating mask, or like overnight mask works like really well. I'm personally a huge fan of overnight face mask. COSRX honey mask, COSRX rice mask, Dr.Jart sleeping ampoule mask, Rovectin Cica mask, Dr. Shades haldi and hyaluronic acid mask. These are some great options. Honestly, Dr. Shades haldi and hyaluronic acid mask was recommended to me by Dr. Mansi. She really got me hooked to that mask. I think it's like earlier I was only looking at Korean sleeping mask, but this one is a great option in the India market if you want to give it a try. I am anyway a huge fan of overnight sleeping mask because it saves time and sort of like, you know, gives me a hydration that I need for my skin in the morning. So yeah, this is another trick. Please, if you have oily dehydrated skin, don't use multani mitti, charcoal clay and things like that, because that will just make your problem worse. So yeah, these were the few tips that I wanted to share, and of course all the product links are in the description below. If you have any questions for me, please feel free to drop them in the comments, and I will see you next time. Bye.